Hey everyone, my name is Scott Nixon. I'm one of the co-founders at Meal Mentor with my lovely wife, Lindsay Nixon. And today I want to kind of explain and show you guys a little bit about our app, what Meal Mentor is all about as well. So, I know as you go head off into your weekend, I always get excited about Friday night. I'm very excited about Saturday and getting to chill and like not have to think about work or, just kind of have a little more free form time, But I know that a lot of people then use Sunday as that's the time where you kind of get serious, you get planning, you do grocery shopping, you kind of figure out what your week's going to look like, you do laundry, that kind of stuff. And so I kind of wanted to talk about how Meal Mentor can help you planning your food out for the week. And so, I think the thing that I didn't make really clear when we launched the app was that I wanted to show everybody that I think the best, most optimal kind of experience for how to use the app, I'm going to kind of demonstrate that. And so basically this came out of a lot of research that I did. And most people find that they like using apps, not just our app, but they like using task management apps and shop management apps and recipe apps and stuff like that. They really like the apps for planning. So you go in, you pick your recipes, right? You kind of look through everything, you talk to your family, and you're like, oh, I really like this. And then what you do is then you can use the shopping list feature. Then you can go into your pantry and your refrigerator and look at your herbs and spices, and you can kind of check things off and say, I got this, I've got this, I've got all these things. And so then you're prepared because you have just this very limited shopping list to then go to the grocery store, whatever that might be. It might be that day, a day or two later, but it's already kind of organized for you. And so the use case, I think, is that the app is great for organizing, planning, and shopping, right? And so you do those three activities, and then when you're ready to actually cook recipes in your kitchen, it was always my vision that you would be able to print a PDF version, and that way you can have something that's really great and readable and something that doesn't lock, and so that's kind of my big vision of how you would use this is, you use the phone for planning what your meals are, selecting, looking over your pantry, shopping, and then whenever you're ready to actually do the cooking, you have a printed recipe. And so that's the whole point of kind of this, the app plus the PDFs. And so I'm gonna quickly go over the app. I know a lot of you already used it, but I wanted to kind of explain a little bit. I'm going to be brief because I actually have an appointment here in a little while. But I wanted to kind of do this because it's actually taking me a couple of hours today just to get it set up to where I could actually show you a phone on this screencast. I've tried several different ways and nothing worked. All right. So obviously we're seeing the current week here. And if we click on previous menus, we can actually then see the previous week's recipes when it loads. And so as you can see, we've added these wonderful past books, the best 2016, 2017, holiday, all of these wonderful things, right? Thanksgiving. And so we want to continue to populate the library and give you guys lots of recipes to choose from. Obviously, if you like a recipe like the Thanksgiving cornbread, you add it to your shopping list and it appears here. And then say, okay, well, that's cool. And one of the things is it's by default, it's sorted by the recipe name. And then if you click location, the little location flag, it actually sorts it by where it is in the store. So fresh produce, refrigerated canned goods, that kind of stuff. And so we can favorite things. Now, right now, the favoriting in the shopping list is all just stored on your phone. We do plan to actually make it to where it will be saved on your account. I don't know when that's going to happen, but we're going to work on it, I promise. And obviously, we have the ability to search for recipes here. And, and the functionality works the same all over the place. The images are a little slow to load, but you can see they're showing up. And you have the ability to favorite, and then you can cross things off. Now, one of the things that maybe some of you folks haven't seen yet is that like there's this little ellipse here, and if you click that, you can either say check all ingredients, so hey, I've already got all these ingredients, or you can uncheck them. So there's a little handy helper there to kind of make that a little easier, because what I imagine is going to happen is you'll make some recipe and then you come back 2 months later and those things are all checked off, because whenever you were making the recipe, maybe on your phone or you were shopping, everything was checked off, and so now you're just unchecking that. And currently, so that's mostly what the app is here to do. It's organizing, looking through recipes, and then we have the wonderful. Let me switch over to the. Whoops, not. Don't want to do that. I want to bring up the web planner real quick. Hold your applause until I get there. All right. Apparently I need to squish the video down a little bit. All right. All right. So obviously you're now seeing the web planner. Many of you have already seen this. Now, what you're basically able to do is kind of click in and select recipes. If you want to look at recipes individually, you can do that. Like, I'm going to just open up one here, and you'll be able to see, hey, you can just see the pumpkin chili, nothing too exciting. Head back to the web planner, and but in here, obviously, you would select recipes that you want to make, and so you can either then just preview all of the recipes. You got a little navigation over here to jump down to the stuffing potatoes. You can see it's got 3 different recipes that you make, all that fun stuff, right? I mean, all of this stuff is not new to anybody who's been a member for a while, but it should be pretty intuitive if you are new as well. Now, obviously, if we want to then print something, we do the same thing where we're just selecting the recipes we want to be printed, and so we hit the print preview on that, and now we've got this nice, very condensed and short shopping list. Now, right now, we're not totaling up those ingredient amounts. One of the things that's been a challenge is the way that we actually label the food that we add to the ingredients. So oftentimes you'll see things like 1 cooked potato. And so what happens is that becomes very problematic whenever we're trying to total things up, because instead of it being 1 potato, it's 1 cooked potato. And so now we either separate each of those little elements out, or we have to do something different. And we haven't done the work yet, because this is actually probably one of the most monumental data things for us to tackle, is trying to separate the data out so that it's nice and neat, and we kind of total it up very simply. And so I'm very happy that I was able to deliver this this week. I was a little concerned. I've been very overloaded, so that's part of why it took a little longer than I thought it was going to take. And so that's the web planner. I mean, most of this stuff is fairly simple, straightforward, easy to use. I think the thing that I really wanted to kind of one of the things I really wanted to communicate today was how important it is for us to be a positive resource and something that really makes your life easier. And this is why I think both the app and the website are both critical, important components. I think, we needed to move towards more of a dynamic system anyways. And I think we're not too kind of the best version yet, but I think we have a really, really handy, great app right now. And I know that some people haven't liked it, and I apologize about that. But I am listening, and I do plan to be talking to people more in the Facebook group, and kind of making sure that I'm getting feedback on things. I do plan to get everybody more involved and getting feedback and suggestions, and I really do appreciate it. Sylvia asked, new hair. Well, I mean, it's just old hair, right? Because it's long now. So I've been growing it out for about a year now. So I had long hair when I was in high school, and I figured why not? I was just kind of curious, trying something different. So I'm gonna let it keep going. I'm actually gonna get a haircut probably next week, but not that exciting. But I really appreciate you guys making it through this video and watching. I want to encourage you guys to ask questions, make suggestions about the app. We're really here for you. I think, there's some stuff about in our forums about like competitors and stuff like that, and I wanted to quickly kind of address that a little bit. Now, one of the things I would say is, like Lindsay's been doing this for 10, 11 years, writing recipes. So she's written thousands of recipes at this point. She's like dedicated to a very specific kind of diet profile, stuff that's healthy, stuff that's easy to make, stuff that's fun, and that's one of the big things is we're trying to give you new recipes regularly. We're trying to make sure we have more photos of everything because, we eat with our eyes a lot of times. And so this is one of the ways that we can tackle it. We're spending less time compiling this PDF every week, and so we can actually spend more time doing photos and kind of making things kind of easier for you. I mean, I've personally not liked the shopping list for a couple of years. I was like, I really wish that this shopping list was dynamic and stuff like that. And I'm glad that we finally were able to kind of deliver on that. I think it's going to be good. One of the things that holds us back a little bit is the mobile app development. I'm not actually doing that development because I don't have any experience doing it, so we've had to pay for help. So, so I'm seeing question here. Yeah, let me just look at a question real quick. Yeah, smaller phones, harder to see. Yeah, that's something I'm going to need to look at more. Is like I have not spent much time looking at what the experience is like on a smaller phone, and I actually personally use a iPhone 7 Plus, so it's a pretty large screen. So, but I totally understand that, and it's one of the things that we will definitely continue to do is make sure that like the readability and usability is better and better. So I appreciate the feedback, Renee, and thanks. I one of the things that I also would like to say is that like our philosophy really with what we're trying to do surrounds a lot around like kind of making everything we do really accessible and making it easy to use, making it simple, not being complicated. But like sometimes it's hard to design things in a way that makes it simple and easy to use and not complicated. And we're just continuing to strive for that. We want to just make your experience better. I mean, I think I'd kind of gotten off track a little bit about kind of the competitors and stuff like that. I would say that the thing is there's a lot of competitors out there that are not actually creating these meal plans and these recipes themselves because they're using like an outsourced service. And some of them, aren't actually making the recipes at all. So, but you guys know who makes all these recipes. Lindsay, she's the one she's supervising everything and making sure everything tastes good and looks good. And so, I mean, you guys know where, and have been really incredible over the years, the 7 years we've been doing meal plans at giving her feedback and helping us make this product better. And, I know that, people are going to leave and go otherwhere or maybe not use the meal plans, but, we're here for you, and as long as we can continue to make a living doing this, we're going to be here for you. And I mean, part of why we did what we did was because we needed to kind of make our life a little more manageable. My life's not very manageable right now because of all the changes and stuff we're trying to do, but Lindsay's life has been a lot easier with under the new app and moving towards this new system and stuff like that. So I really appreciate everybody's support, and I hope that we are being a positive and helpful force in your life. And if you're new to Meal Mentor, please, sign up for a trial, give the app a try the web planner, and let us know if if you have any questions, that we've got Tyler there in support to help, and Lindsay and I will absolutely jump in if he can't help. And but we're here for you, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. And whenever you're thinking of how you do your planning on Sunday, I hope you use the app for organization, planning, shopping, and then if you prefer to do a PDF, a physical piece of paper, use the web planner. So that's my big message, and I plan to try to make sure that that's clear throughout our site and stuff like that. So for everybody who's new, so I appreciate everybody's love and comments and likes. Thank you very much, and have a great day, everybody. I'm glad to see Gary and Lori and Sarah and Renee and Levon, Sylvia, Jackie, Stephanie, Jenna. I just like to acknowledge everybody. Christina, if you're going to leave a comment, I might as well acknowledge you. So I really appreciate it. It's nice having a personal relationship with a lot of our customers, and we really, really, really appreciate it. So is the Thanksgiving game plan in the app? Actually, yes, it is. You can actually see it on my screen right here. The Thanksgiving game plan is right there. So those are all the recipes that are on the Thanksgiving game plan in the app, and so you can select all of them and do your thing. And there's also, like I said, we also put the best of 2016, best of 2017. There's also a holiday book that's in there. It's a little more elegant on the app. So if I switch back to the app here, you'll actually see in the previous menus. Oh, sorry, I gotta actually do it on I'm trying to do it on like the video screen that I'm seeing. All right, so here you go. So Thanksgiving game plan, 4th, 5th, 30th. There's the holiday book, best of 2017, 2016. Might take a second here to refresh. There we go. They're all rum cake. Ooh, yummy. So lox, lasagna, and let's see what we got individual. Ooh, peppermint bark oatmeal. So, all right, guys, thank you for all the love. It was great hanging out with you and kind of giving you guys a quick overview, and I really wanted to communicate this sooner and show you guys the app sooner, but like I said, I just couldn't make it happen. I just literally couldn't figure out how to get the iPhone emulator to show up on my live stream, rather than holding my thing up to the screen and trying to click on stuff. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.